Have you ever felt like you're in a psychological war you never signed up for? Every day feels like a minefield of emotional traps, and you're constantly walking on eggshells, trying desperately not to set anything off. You've tried arguing, pleading, explaining your point of view with every ounce of logic and emotion you have, hoping that just once they will see you, hear you, and validate your pain. But every time, your efforts are met with deflection, gaslighting, and a stony refusal to see your reality. In fact, your emotional reactions seem to give them a perverse kind of energy. You are left exhausted, unheard, and wondering if you are losing your grip on your sanity. This isn't just a bad relationship or a personality clash. It's a psychological drama, and you're caught in the role of the reactant, a player in a game you never understood. But what if the most powerful move you could make isn't a move at all? What if your complete, profound silence is the one thing they cannot survive? Carl Jung would tell us that to truly understand this dynamic, we must first understand the fragile and fractured inner world of the person we call a narcissist. It all begins with the persona, the false self they have constructed to present to the world. A persona is something we all have, but for the narcissist, it's not just a social mask. It's a magnificent, yet brittle fortress built to hide a deep-seated and crippling wound of inadequacy. It's a mask of superiority, confidence, and perfection, designed to cover an inner void of shame. This mask is not for you. It's for them. They have to believe it is real, and they need others to react to it to maintain the illusion. And beneath the persona lies the shadow, the part of their psyche that holds all the emotions they despise and deny. Feelings like vulnerability, dependency, helplessness, and inadequacy are all locked away in this dark basement of their being. A narcissist cannot bear to feel these emotions, so they project them onto others, and you become the container for their unowned weaknesses. When they accuse you of being too emotional or too sensitive, they are simply projecting their own inability to handle their emotions. When they call you weak, they are projecting their own profound feelings of powerlessness. You are not a person to them. You are a living, breathing receptacle for their shadow. This brings us to the core of the problem, the narcissistic complex. A complex is an emotionally charged group of ideas and images that are largely unconscious, and for the narcissist, this complex is their master. It dictates their behavior, and they are its puppet. This is why their behavior is so rigid, so repetitive, and so unchangeable. They are not acting out of conscious malice. They are acting out of a desperate, unconscious need to feel a sense of power over you, because deep down, their complex makes them feel profoundly powerless. Their need for your emotional energy is not a choice. It is a compulsion. It's the fuel they need to keep the persona alive, and your reaction is the one thing that makes them feel real, substantial, and in control. When you try to reason with them, you are attempting to engage with the wounded, terrified child behind the mask, but all you get is the mask itself, a carefully crafted facade that is incapable of genuine empathy, self-reflection, or meaningful communication. You are talking to a ghost, and the conversation is not designed to find a solution. It's designed to secure their supply. They will use every trick in the book to keep you in the cycle. They will love bomb you to pull you back in, devalue you to remind you of your place, and gaslight you to make you question your own sanity. They have become masters at this game because their survival depends on it. So, what happens when you stop reacting? The supply is cut off. The mirror is taken away. This is not a slight inconvenience for them. It is a profound psychological crisis. Their fragile persona begins to crack. The absence of your emotional energy creates a vacuum that forces them to confront the abyss of their own shame. They will escalate. They will try every trick in the book to get a reaction from you, because without it, they are forced to confront the emptiness behind their mask. They will try to pull you back in with guilt, with tears, with empty promises, or with new accusations. But these are just desperate, predictable attempts to get their mirror back. Your silence is a reflection of their own emptiness, and that is their greatest fear. This is a Jungian strategy of silent power, but it is not a power over them. It is the power to reclaim yourself. Here is how you do it, not to punish them, but to heal yourself. First, become a blank slate. This is not about being cold or cruel, it's about becoming emotionally unavailable to them. You respond with calm, concise, and neutral language. I understand you feel that way. That is your opinion. This is not up for discussion. You are no longer their emotional sparring partner. You are a wall they can't get through. They will try to provoke you, to get a rise out of you, to say something outrageous, but you must remain still. Every time you stop yourself from reacting, you are reclaiming a piece of your soul and strengthening your own ego. Second, reclaim your inner world. Your inner world is your safe space, the sanctuary that the narcissist cannot touch. They have spent so long trying to make your inner world about them, and you have to take it back. Engage in practices that ground you in your own reality. Meditate to find your center. Journal your feelings to process them without their interference. Spend time in nature to reconnect with a reality that is larger than their drama. This is the act of strengthening your own psychic immune system, building an inner world that is so solid and so whole that their projections can no longer penetrate it. Third, integrate your own wounds. The buttons they push are not random. They are connected to your own unhealed wounds. The narcissist who makes you feel invisible is triggering a childhood wound where you were unseen. The one who makes you feel stupid is triggering a wound where your ideas were dismissed. By recognizing that their behavior is a reflection of your own inner work, you take away their power. They are no longer a villain. They are a signpost pointing you to the parts of yourself that need your attention and love. When you heal your own need for validation, you remove the very thing they are trying to exploit. This is the deeper meaning of the journey. This is not about winning a fight. It's not about getting a final word or a final apology. It's about a profound act of individuation, a journey toward becoming a whole, self-possessed person. The person who is no longer defined by someone else's drama, but by their own inner stillness. Your silence is not a passive act. It is a powerful and sacred boundary. It is the first step in reclaiming your mind, your emotions, and your soul. The greatest revenge is not anger or tears, but a profound and unshakable inner peace. You are not defined by their drama. You are defined by your stillness. The person who controls your emotions controls you, but your healing is the key that sets you free. Comment peace if you are ready to reclaim your power.